All right, so one of the cool things about Modern Warfare that's brand new, they really haven't done this in the past to this extent, is the Gunsmith. And the Gunsmith in Modern Warfare is basically where you can jump in and you can super detail kit out your weapons that you like to use whenever you go into battle. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Gunsmith, some of the options available, and then giving you kind of a heads up on how to use it. So when the game drops, if you didn't get a chance to jump in on the beta and check that out, you'll kind of know what all to start doing. So let's check it out. All right, guys, so we're in the Modern Warfare beta, menu system here, and if you look up here at the top, you'll see weapons. Weapons is where you'll find your edit loadouts, and this is where the Gunsmith is. Whenever you click on edit loadouts, it brings you to your custom 5 loadouts once you reach a high enough level to get the custom loadouts. And you can literally go in here and let's say that you want to edit custom loadout number 1. You can click on this, and then you can see your primary weapon and your secondary weapon, right? And they're laying on a table. The graphics for this thing are amazing because literally you're looking at your weapons here on the table, and everything that you put on this weapon shows up on this table. So for instance, if I'm using my M4A1 right here and I click on Gunsmith next to it, literally it gives me options for muzzle, barrel, laser, optics, the stock, the underbarrel, the magazine, the rear grip, and a perk for the weapon itself. And so let's just start up here on the top left hand corner and look. Muzzle, you can click on that and you'll notice instantly you got 4 different options that have unlocked. Now you unlock these as you level up. Sometimes these are not all available. Sometimes one will be available when you first start and you first unlock custom loadouts. None of these will be available. But once you start leveling up your weapons, like this one, I've got all the muzzles unlocked. So you can put a lightweight suppressor, and if I click on that lightweight suppressor, then it'll select it for my weapon, and you can see in the Gunsmith, check this out. Now I have a lightweight suppressor on the front of my weapon that I'm going to be using. If I click on this and go back to, muzzle brake, it changes what is on the weapon. So it actually visually represents what you've chosen to put on your weapon, but they get it even deeper than that. So check this out. You look at, for instance, a flash guard. If you look at the flash guard here, you'll see that it suppresses the flash of your weapon to help keep your target visible and your position concealed. Now, the pro of this is the muzzle flash concealment, right? But it also has a con, and the con is the aim down sight speed gets lower just a bit. And so you can look down here and you can see that anything that's in red is something that's being lowered by this attachment, and anything in green is something that's being raised by this attachment. And so, mobility is going up, but your control is going down, your range is going down, but your damage is going up, accuracy is going down just a little bit. So you can, then when you go to the breacher device, you notice, whoops, I keep clicking on him. You notice on the breacher device that it suppresses your sound, but the damage range takes a hit. And so if you look down at range, that's the biggest hit on here. But mobility is way up, right? So is damage. So your range goes down, your damage goes up a little bit. Control goes down a little bit. So you basically have to look at each one of these and say, okay, what's going to work best for me? What do I like? What do I want to try out? For instance, aiming gun steadiness and aim down sight speed goes down if I use the muzzle brake. But if I go down to the suppressor, just my damage range goes down a little bit. I could also, if you don't want any attachment on your weapon, you can literally just click on it and it takes the muzzle attachments off completely. And now look, you're at your standard barrel, right? Or your standard muzzle. So if I don't want any of these, I just click on the one that's selected currently. It takes it out of my 5 equipped attachments here in the Gunsmith. Now I have an available slot so I could attach something else, but also you'll notice that now I've got the standard muzzle, right? You might find that one of these muzzles helps you in battle. So that's kind of what we have going on with this. Also with the short barrel, you can select a lightweight barrel, and it literally changes the way your barrel looks in game, which is really cool. These are all actual tactical rails and barrel sizes. You go to the heavy duty barrel and you see that classic military M16 almost type of barrel on there. Damage range and bullet velocity go up. Aiming down sight speed goes down a little bit. So you can select what you want there. You go over here to laser. You can actually put a laser, either a 1 or a 5. And you can select those two, and literally they change looks. The lasers change looks. It's so cool. And you see this on your weapon anytime you look at your weapon. Hipfire accuracy goes up on this one's 2 pluses, and this one is 1 plus. So that's another thing. This one has no cons, but it only goes plus 1 time right here. right? So you can see kind of what it does. But if you go down to the 5 right here, you get 2 pluses, but now the laser is visible to enemies. So you have, twice the benefit basically. But now your enemies can see your laser. Therefore, when you aim, they can see if you're around a corner, if you're pre-firing or pre-aiming or things like that. So you have to take that into account. You also got optics over here. You got a bunch of different optics for this particular weapon, and you can start with the operator reflex. If you don't want anything, you can literally just not have anything selected, and you'll have iron sights. Instead of having any kind of optic, I can press back and look. I've just got my iron sights right up here, right? But if I go to the optic, I can select an operator reflex, hollow sight right here. You've got the reflex sight. You've got a scout combat optic, a 4x hybrid, integral hybrid, Merc Scout, and then I haven't even unlocked the sniper scope yet, but you can unlock a sniper scope on your weapon as well. And so they got a bunch of different optics. The stocks are not as robust on this particular weapon, but again, standard stock. Heavy stock right here, and then lightweight stock right here, and it shows you what you have selected. Underbarrel down here, you can put grips on there: the vertical foregrip, angled foregrip, and then a tactical grip for this. So you kind of get the picture. You can put an extended mag on here, and if you put the extended mag, it literally doesn't really, it'll add up more capacity. But then also you can go to like the rear grip. The rear grip will change. If you take that off, then there's the original grip, and now you put a rear grip on that has a little bit of a different texture on there, right? And then you go to your perks. Perks allow basically your weapon to be operated different ways, like sleight of hand, training and reloading faster when under pressure, right? Your reload quickness goes up. You can do heavy hitter. This is better for melees. FMJ is better bullet penetration. Stance training, crouch, prone, recoil control, right? And then you've even got rounds that will inflict wounding effects on people. So if they get hit by it, they kind of get disoriented in the game. And then fully loaded. Start with maximum reserve ammo. So you can like have a bunch of ammo with this fully loaded over here, which is like a drum mag. So yeah, you basically get to kit out your entire weapon, and when you get all done with it, it's literally exactly the way you want it, and you can fine tune these. And what's really cool is that when you're in game, if something's not working for you, you can change your loadout in the game so that the next time you respawn, you've got whatever new, attachments you put on your weapon. If something's not really working, you're trying it out, you're like, you know what, I want to try out the short barrel, and then you're like, I don't like that short barrel, I'm gonna go long barrel. You can do that in game and not have to wait between games. You can literally just change it in the menu settings, and the next time you respawn, boom, you've got the new attachment, which I think is phenomenal on Modern Warfare's part. That was a wonderful idea. Same thing with secondary weapons. You go to your secondary weapon, go to the gunsmith. You can change a few items. So like for instance, this Desert Eagle right here, you can change the muzzle. You can put a suppressor on the end of it, right? Or, and I don't have that unlocked yet, but then you got an optic. You got 2 different options for optics right here. So you can put those on there, and then even a perk on there. You can do a fast melee or, the fringeable, disabling rounds. So, it's really cool what you can do with this gunsmith. You can even go down here to your perks. You can change which perks you use. You get 3 of them, kind of, standard Call of Duty type thing, 3 perks. And then that perk is for that particular custom loadout, and you can go through and change those. Also, under lethal, you have frag grenades, claymores, Simtex, C4, proximity mines, throwing knives, thermite, and a Molotov cocktail. So you can unlock any of those. And then tactical, you also have flash grenades, stun grenades, smoke grenades. You have a stim, which is basically it refreshes, like if you get wounded, you do the stim and you're back in action, right? You also got a snapshot grenade, which provides a momentary glimpse of enemies within the blast radius, which is really cool. That way you can, if you throw the grenade, like you can kind of see if there's somebody over there or where other people are at. There's of course the gas grenade, heartbeat sensor, and a decoy grenade. This is a counter intel grenade that simulates fake gunfire and radar signatures that confuse the enemy. So they've even got some new stuff in here that we haven't really played around with much. So this is really cool. The gunsmith is like a great new addition to Modern Warfare, and I love the fact that like when you're looking at it, it literally looks like right here, your perks are your kind of loadout bags, right? You got some of your bags, your attachment bags, and notice the patch. Like whenever I change from, let's say I change from double time right here to overkill, the patch is going to change. So that's kind of a cool, it's like an attention to detail feature that I think is awesome. Same thing with if I go over to perk 2 right here, the patch changes right over here to whatever I select, which is, I mean, the fact that they thought about this just makes me so excited. Over here, patch changes again. I love it. I love it. The attention to detail is amazing. And the best part about all of this is that whatever you're working on, whatever you're, doing with your gunsmith, you're literally working on what's on this table, and it's a real life type weapon. This is not futuristic. This is not alien blasters or crazy like kitted out weapons with attachments that don't even really exist. This is literally like real stuff. And I can only assume that Modern Warfare is going to be adding things like, little charm you can hang off the side of your gun, different colored magazines, different colored, if you want to put a wrap on here or some kind of, something like that. I bet you that they'll come out with it as long as it's something that's available. And I mean, you can actually get different colors of, your barrels, or you can get different colored magazines. I mean, things like that they could add customization features for in the actual full game, I think is absolutely amazing. So the gunsmith in Modern Warfare is phenomenal. Modern Warfare did a great job on this. I think it's one of the best new features of the game, and the fact that you can edit it in game is the absolute best. It's the absolute best. I love the fact that you can edit it in game, and it allows me to test it so much quicker and really fine tune what loadouts and what attachments that I like in game, and I don't have to keep doing it between games and make it take a really, really long time. So Modern Warfare, you did a great job on the gunsmith. Really, really love it. Guys, let me know what you think of the gunsmith in Modern Warfare, and if you're excited for it, in the comment section below this video. Make sure you smack that subscribe button if you like this channel. Smack the notification bell to find out when more videos go out, and smack the like button to help get this video out there to more people. I'm also on twitch.tv/EagleGarrett every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so you can come by, swing in, hang out, let us know what your thoughts are. Also, guys, I'm on, of course, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Come check me out there. Guys, have a wonderful day. Rock on. Peace out. God bless. And last but not least, caca!
I got a CVSAs. Come on, let's go. Uh-oh. Oh, it's a no-scope out. Oh, he's cheating. He's a sniper.
Help me, help me.
One-on-one.
Oh, gosh.
In your chat that wanted to 1v1 you. Come on. Pretend it's him. Oh, are you pickaxing? You gonna pick? I bet you won't. I bet you won't go over the... Oh, he doesn't suck.